What's up, dreamers? Welcome back to the Dream Station, where today we are playing some more Satisfactory. Last time we brought our new nuclear factory online and are now making over 140,000 megawatts. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Because it takes a long time to build these factories, I normally spend weeks and weeks building them off camera just to make one episode where I showcase it. So today we're going to be doing a factory on camera. It's not going to be very special, it's going to be small, maybe a little bit inefficient, I'm not sure, but today we're going to be building the Nuclear Nobelisk. I honestly have no idea how long this is going to take to build. It may even require 2 recording sessions, I have absolutely no idea. But before we get into that, there are a few changes that I made with the Nuclear Factory that I want to show you. And a few weird things that have happened with our factories. One of them being the aluminium factory, for starters. So, there was a little problem with the nuclear factory. I came back on the game the next day after I recorded, and I noticed that the nuclear waste was starting to back up. So, in sheer panic, I added a few power shards to the particle accelerators, and then suddenly everything crashed. We blew a fuse, and I'm thinking, how? That's impossible. We're making over 100,000 megawatts. Why did it shut down? It was so ridiculous. And the annoying thing was I couldn't get it back up online again. The fuel rod factory was working, but every single time I switched on the waste production factory, it just crashed. And I thought maybe it was something to do with the fact that we couldn't bring enough reactors online to then bring this factory online. So I ended up making an emergency backup generator. So down here, we need to beware of falling rocks. We have just a simple generator system. This basically is just got a few packages, which is set to unpackage. That basically just takes turbo fuel and puts it into these generators, which I fill up in this storage container, and then the empty canisters get scrapped. And this is absolutely useless, because even though I built this, it still was not bringing the factory online, which was so weird. And I was looking at the numbers, and we were definitely making more than enough power to bring that factory online. So I figured maybe it's the switches that's glitching it out. So I removed the switches and just hooked it directly up to the system, and it works. So I think it is the power switches. They seem to think that you don't have enough power when you do. So now this is completely bare and it has nothing inside it. So everything is just hooked straight to the main system, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to be able to control them separately, but hopefully we won't actually need to do that. But it was now finally online. But the other thing was, I didn't know why it was backing up with uranium waste, because I checked the numbers and we should have been using exactly the same amount of nuclear waste as was being produced. So I thought maybe it was the belts, maybe it was just slow-moving traffic, so I upgraded a bunch of the belts, and I put that particle accelerator to normal speed, because that one was underclocked, so I thought maybe I'll just make it go a little bit faster in case there is a little bit of overflow, it can deal with that. And so far, everything seems to be working just fine. A few other issues. Over at the blenders, a couple of pipes weren't connected, so the sulfuric acid wasn't being drained and scrapped, so it wasn't making the full amount of uranium, encased uranium cells. Also, there wasn't enough sulfuric acid being made. Well, I think there was the exact amount, but I think the train wasn't fast enough and it wasn't taking the full load, which is annoying. So I've had to fill it up even more in order for this to be full. So now it is constantly making encased uranium cells. And the other problem was the uranium itself, which was so goddamn annoying. The problem was I got the input numbers wrong. So in the actual drone port, the storage size is like this, and I assumed that that was the same size as the storage of the drones themselves, but it's not. It's actually half that, and I didn't realise. So I've had to have multiple drones connected to this now. So there's 2 drones on this line, and there's another drone port over at the uranium mine, which is getting the overflow. So this is now full with uranium all times. So now everything is working at 100%. So it's still going to take a little while for all the encased uranium cells to overflow in the assemblers. So eventually we will have exactly 9 fuel rods per minute being made. So that is why... oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the numbers? Where's the numbers? Here. That is why our power grid is still spiking a little bit, but we can go up to about 144,000 megawatts, but it does sort of go up and down. But it's absolutely fine because our max consumption is only like 44,000 megawatts, and we're currently only using like half that. So that's absolutely fine. We've got plenty of power to spare and go absolutely wild with. So the other issue was with the aluminium factory. I have a feeling that the some of the numbers were different because I made the factory ages ago and all the numbers were correct, but suddenly we weren't getting the right amount of numbers. I had to like upgrade certain belts, and I think there was a change with the mine, the bauxite, that's the word I'm looking for, the bauxite mine. I have a feeling that the node was changed from a normal to an impure, because there's a belt that always used to be completely full, and suddenly it wasn't. And the way I had set up the load balancing was that it vents the overflow and sends it to the other machines, but that was no longer doing it, which means the last few machines weren't making aluminium, essentially. So I had to change that, and now all of the belts are nice and full, and we are constantly making aluminium, which means we are constantly making sulfuric acid. So everything is working fine. So everything is now online. I've even put on the new aluminium factory, and we're making turbo motors. We've got a bunch of them complete. So what we need to do now is start working on this new Nobelisk factory, which is over in the distance. I never actually set up a hypertube cannon there. That's actually really annoying. I really should, actually. So I will quickly do that now. I have no idea how far it is, so I'll just put down like a load. Alright, let's see if this makes it. So it's way off over in the distance. I might need to make that a bit more powerful. We can glide for quite a bit. It's... oh my god. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to make that more powerful. Like, quite a bit, because it's up here. We can land... there we go. So now we're just going to run the rest of the way. So the other uranium node is over here. There is another one which is near the big aluminium factory, but I wanted to have it here because when I make that big giant train for the storage system, I want it to go round here so it can go back through the horrible swamp biome, and because I want to build that big suspension bridge. Okie doke. So the uranium, I think it's further over here. There it is. There's the uranium. Okie doke. So we need to build a factory here. It'll be a little bit difficult with all these rocks in the way. So I'm wondering if we should build it like over the top of this, maybe. Just like hanging out the side. might be easiest. But first, we gotta deal with these guys. There we go. Right. Now this is a impure node. Oh god, whoa. Where'd you come from? Were you not dead? Well, you are now. Okay, so it's an impure node. So, if we put a Mark III miner on this, I need to build some more of those real quick. Okay, so Mark III miner, that gets 120 with no overclocking. So let's just very quickly see. I think it's in a manufacturer. Yes, Nuclear Nobelisk. It needs... Oh, it needs encased uranium cells. Ooh. And 5 regular Nobelisks. I could just fly them over. As well as smokeless powder and some AR limiters, that's fine. The encased uranium cells, though. So it needs 20. It needs 10 per minute. And that makes 25 per minute with 50 per minute. So if I set that to 20, that needs 40 uranium per minute. Okay. That makes 0.5 per minute, so we definitely want a few more. So if we had 120 times 120 divided by 40 is 3, so that would be 1.5 per minute. Oh wait, hang on. It's 10 per... It needs 20, but it's 10 per minute. So 20 per minute would be double that, so that would be 1. Okay. So if we had 3 of them, then that would be 3 per minute. I mean, that's pretty slow, but with how often we're going to be using the Nuclear Nobelisk, that's going to build up quite a bit. So, yeah, 3 per minute is fine. I mean, it'll be a lot easier because, I mean, these blender recipes are just a nightmare. It needs sulfuric acid and concrete, so we need to see if there's any sulfuric... Oh, wrong button, I keep doing that. Is there any sulfur around here? I mean, should be. It's a desert. Okay, but 600 meters away. Not too bad, of course sake. And limestone. There should be tons of that around. Oh, yep. About 600 meters that way as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. That's not too bad. Okay. But of course we also need water. And... oh! We have a lake right here. Okay, yeah, we have everything we need. That is perfect. Let me just double check, make sure. So yeah, sulfuric acid, water, uranium, and then that's just... fly over that, and that. That's fine. Yep. Okay. Okay, that is what we are going to do. So, we then need to build our factory, and this is going to start here. Okay, that's a pretty good space to begin with. I do like the integration of the platforms going into the ground, like it's sort of been built in the landscape. I do really like that. Okay, so that, whoops, daisy, that needs to be rotated a little bit. And then, like that. There we go. Did I run out of oh, wow, I had exactly enough for 3 of them. Okay. I do not have those on my list. Right, so, need to hook that up to there, so we will go conveyor splitter, that, and then like that, and then that at the end. Okay, so logistics, Mark 1 belt goes round to there. That needs to be a straight. Into there, and into there. So now we need a Mark 2 for 120, and that will be a curve into there. Oh, look at that. I do like the curve. It just makes it look so much neater when you can't do straight belts. Definitely looks better. Okay, so that is that set up. So now we need the concrete. So we need 12 concrete per minute. Times it by 3. 36. I know it's an easy number, but I always check because I do not trust my brain. So we need 36 concrete per minute. Okay. So concrete. So we need 2 of them plus 6, so 15 plus 6. So if we, so that's 45 times 2 plus 18. 45 times 2 plus 18 is 108. So we need 108 limestone. Okay, 108. So the limestone was over this way, I believe. Alright, so that is getting 120. Okay, so then we can just underclock that to 108. There we go. So I make exactly 108 lines a minute. Now we need to bring that up there. Okay, so we're gonna have to do that little trick. So let's start that here. We need to go vertical and up. So what we do is we need a Mark 2 conveyor lift, and we put that like that, and then we got to go up the ladder. And we got to go all the way up until we get close enough for that to snap to the conveyor lift floor hole. There we go. Let's put it that way. There we go. So now we got one giant conveyor lift going all the way up. Alright. So now we just do that. Okay. And then we've got to do the conveyor belt going all the way across. Oh boy. Oh, I love that new animation. Whenever you break trees, it just like explodes. Oh, and also those like big round things in the swamp biome, the blue ones that look like balloons, they actually act like balloons. When you destroy them with an explosive, the big ball thing on top goes floating up like it's filled with helium. It's so funny. Okay. So we'll come down to about here. Because then we've got to make that into concrete. So start that here. So concrete, and we're gonna do that 3 times, but this one has got to be underclocked to 6. Okie doke. Alright, so now the belts are connected. Do power last. So just gotta get the concrete into the blenders, and then we need to make the sulfuric acid. Oh, why has it done that? Okay, what is it with this weird thing? You got it on straight mode, but this last little bit angles. I don't understand why. There, you have to put it on default mode to straighten it up. It's annoying. Alright, well there we go. Nice and simple. Not winning any awards. It's just getting it done. Okay. So that's the concrete. Now we need the sulfuric acid. So how much of that do we need? 32 per minute for all of them. Yes. Okay. So 32 times 3 is 96. 96 sulfuric acid per minute. So sulfuric acid, so 50, so we need 2 of these and one of them underclocked to 46. Yeah, 46. There was not a jump cut there where I spent 10 minutes trying to figure that out. It was not 10 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Okay, so oh, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so we need 50 sulfuric acid. So we need 96. It's 1-to-1 ratio. 96 sulfur, 96 water to make 96 sulfuric acid. Okay, that's nice and easy. Okay, we're going to ignore you. Oh, we're not going to ignore you though. Ow! My face. I can't shoot you. Ah! Oh! Oh! Freaking! Oh my god! That scared the crap out of me. Oh my god! I didn't even think he saw me. Jesus. Ah! Screw you! You gassy nuclear son of a gun! I have to say, the turbo rifle at close range is pretty damn good. Okay. I don't think I got this. Wait, where's the actual, Wait. Where's the drop pod? Oh, it's here. Oh, I can do it. Yay! I have a hard drive. Excellent. Is there anything of interest to pick up? Ooh! Turbo motors. I'll grab them. Alright. Let's just deal with this guy. Okay, whoops, easy. Wrong button. This is a pure sulfur node. Wow. Okay, so that means we should only need a Mark 1. So we've 96. That's... Oh! Oh, God! Oh, no! What happened? What the... frick just happened? Why did our fuse just go kaput? Hello? Okay, something's gone terribly wrong. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. I have to get back fast. I don't have a hypertube cannon here. There's no power. I mean, there was that, geyser over there, so I could have brought some power over. Oh, God. Train collision? The train is derailed? Oh my god! I thought I put them all with a stopper thing. What? How they... What's going on? I just fixed the damn thing! This isn't right. What's happening? Oh crap. I'm so dead. Oh, I couldn't get up to the platform. Ah!
If I had been in charge during humanity's evolutionary process,
Oh,
I would
shut
have done
up.
something about your more stupid tendencies.
What stupid tendencies? I really hate you, Ada. I really... Oh, I've got no power, so I can't... What happened? I've got to get there manually now because I've got no power at all. What the f is going on? Why have I... Oh my god. Oh, yeah, while I'm here, this was the other thing I changed. The train that was delivering the fuel to the tractors was overkill, so I changed it for a truck route. That should still be working. We might actually see it on the way. Oh, for God's sake. What happened? The nuclear waste didn't back it up. None of these stuff backed it up. So why did everything shut down? Somehow our production managed to drop to 25,000 and it just spiked and then suddenly why were we making so little power? I set these all up correctly. They should have been making more uranium fuel rods, and they were, because I made sure everything was working 100% of the time. The heck is going on? Wait, hold on. Why are these so low now? These should have been overflowing. But these should have hundreds, so the problem has got to be something to do with these blenders. But there can't be a problem though, because I just fixed it all. Sulfuric... There's no way. There is... Are you... freaking kidding me right now? The sulfuric acid still wasn't enough? This makes zero sense. Now, luckily, I had this on a separate grid, so we can still use the hypertube cannon to get back. I just don't... Maybe there's a problem with the aluminium factory. Maybe it wasn't making enough sulfuric acid. That shouldn't have happened, though. I put in tons of summer slips. Oh, is that... No. Was that why there was the... Oh, whoa. Oh, hang on. Oh, God, no. I think I've bollocksed it up. Okay, so I think this is the easiest way to deal with this. I've just got a couple of smart splitters venting the overflow. I think the issue was, when I was doing this, I was noticing that it wasn't getting enough silica, and I thought it was because I made a problem with the belts. So I removed some belts and plugged them into different areas, but of course I completely forgot to consider the extra silica that's being made from these machines, and the reason why it wasn't making enough silica was because the bauxite wasn't going to these other machines. So of course now it's making too much silica. So what I'm doing is, because I cannot remember how I connected those belts up before, I've just got some smart splitters which will then overflow into an awesome sink. So there we go. So now it has space. It should start making more aluminum solution, which means that will make more aluminium scrap and so forth and so forth. There we go. So now it's making a luminous solution. It should also be making a byproduct of water, which means these should be working again very soon. Hopefully. Okay, so temporarily... My god, it's dark without the lights. We're going to have to disconnect that from the main line because we don't want that turning on this factory because otherwise it's not going to be making enough power. We have to turn these all on separately, so we need to get the sulfuric acid train up and running so it can have enough sulfuric acid to fill up the other machines. Then we can turn that back on and hopefully everything will work again. I have no idea. Wait a minute, 120 bauxite per minute. But these are Mark 1s. Is that... Oh my god, has it actually changed? Have they changed the number of bauxite? You need 120 now, not 60, or whatever it used to be. Now that one's a Mark 2. Maybe I just got this wrong on this end bit here. So this wasn't getting the bauxite fast enough. But now what about the load balancing? Is that still working correctly? I think so. I hope so. Sulfuric acid is filling. That one is full. That one is almost full. So let's start loading. That should be fine for now. Okay, and then we'll turn on self-driving. And oh god, I'm really hoping that this does what I want it to do. Oh my god. Okay, what is it with this? Takes the entire thing rather than... This has never been fixed. I wonder if that's deliberate. Because it doesn't seem like that should happen. Okay, but these are now all full. Okay. So, turn on self-driving. Alright. Oh. And explosion. Yep, there we go. So can I not even, like... Come on! Ah! So this entire factory is only making like nearly is only using like nearly 9,000 megawatts. So this has to be working. 8,832 megawatts. Okay. So why is this not coming back online? Because it's barely using any power. And this factory... This hasn't actually updated yet, but... Okay, somehow that's working. But it's not powering anything. Huh? The power's on, but nothing's actually getting powered. What? I'm so confused. This factory is on a completely separate grid. There's no power coming into this thing, so why... How is it still... It says production 0. But it's using 6,700... This is so broken. This is so broken. Which should be making enough power. Is there not like a way you can... What? How does this... I don't understand. I do not understand how it works with no power but doesn't work with power. That makes no sense. So if I then did this, that's now working again. What in God's name? Okay, so we're getting more encased uranium cells. That's good. So that's all working. And we're now making uranium fuel rods. Very slowly. Of course, it's going to take even longer for everything to overflow again because I didn't have enough. Because it just... I don't understand. I really cannot explain it. Somehow this factory worked without power, but it doesn't with power. It makes 0 sense. Is it because there were still fuel rods in here and it was siphoning off the last bit of power? But these nuclear reactors are connected to this, which is connected to the main line. So that should have worked, even though... Because that comes into here, and it goes round this way, and just plugged into there, where the nuclear reactor power comes in. Which then... Wait. Yeah. That should have... I don't understand. I don't understand how it makes no sense. Look at the line though. We've gone right down to 18,000 megawatts. We're literally surfing along this goddamn line. If we don't get these reactors back online, we're going to shut down the power grid again. Okay, we're at 53,000 megawatts. 60,000. Okay, let's do it. Fingers crossed this does not blow up our power grid. Okay, this is back online. We're now using 20,000 megawatts. Yes, you're like, it barely uses anything, that factory. 16, it's about 17,000 up to 21,000. Oh my god, that was an absolute nightmare. Jesus Christ, I've got an hour and 10 minutes to finish finish this factory. Hopefully that is the last of the problems. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is everything still working? Yeah. Okay, that's just idle because it's... Right, I've got to fix that goddamn train as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is boss battle time. I know it. I've only got 35 arrows. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. These guys are going to wake up, aren't they? When we try and get the staff, they're going to wake up. Oh, we have to wake... Alright, here we go.